Real estate will test you. It will test your confidence, your patience, your belief in yourself, and your ability to stay calm when everything feels out of control. Deals fall apart. Clients ghost you. The phone goes quiet just when you need it to ring. And in those moments, it's easy to start questioning yourself, your worth, your skill, even your future in this business. But here's the truth. You are not defined by the market. You are defined by your mindset. The most successful agents, the ones who thrive no matter what the economy is doing, aren't just good at selling houses. They're good at managing their inner world. They lead with intention, stay grounded under pressure, and move through challenges with confidence and grace. They've built what I call the unstoppable real estate mindset. This mindset isn't about pretending everything's perfect. It's about learning how to rise every time you fall, how to stay calm when others panic, and how to keep showing up when fear whispers, "You're not enough." When you master that, you don't just survive in real estate. You lead, grow, and win. This book is about the inner game. You've probably already heard plenty about lead generation, closing scripts, and marketing strategies. But success in this business, lasting success, doesn't come from tactics alone. It comes from conditioning your mind to stay consistent, confident, and creative in every market condition. The top agents don't have fewer problems. They have stronger mindsets. They don't wait for the market to improve. They improve themselves. That's what this book is about. Each chapter will help you strengthen a different mental muscle: confidence, focus, emotional control, consistency, vision, and more. You'll learn how to bounce back faster from rejection, how to regulate your emotions under pressure, and how to create momentum even when motivation fades. Because success isn't something you chase, it's something you align with. Mindset is your multiplier. When you master your mindset, every system and strategy you already know becomes more effective. You follow up more often because you believe in your value. You negotiate with more poise because you trust your preparation. You connect more authentically because you're no longer hiding behind self-doubt. Mindset multiplies everything else. It turns "I hope" into "I will." It turns "I can't" into "I haven't yet." It turns pressure into presence. That's the difference between agents who get by and agents who break through. Becoming unstoppable. The unstoppable real estate mindset is not about being fearless. It's about being resilient. It's the ability to keep showing up, keep believing, and keep creating when others stop. It's the calm in the chaos, the clarity in confusion, the confidence in uncertainty. Chapter 1: Mindset over Market. Every time the market shifts, something else shifts with it: people's confidence. You can almost feel it in the air. Agents start whispering words like slow, tough, and uncertain. Some check out mentally. Others start looking for something or someone to blame: interest rates, inventory, algorithms, the economy. But then there's another kind of agent, the one who keeps moving, believing, and producing, even when everyone else is tightening up. They know the secret. The market doesn't determine your success. Your mindset does. The inner game defines the outer game. Most people think success is external, about listings, leads, or luck. But your outer world is just a reflection of your inner world. If your inner world is chaotic, fearful, or reactive, it shows up in your results. If your inner world is focused, calm, and confident, it shows up there too. The top agents don't wait for perfect conditions. They create them from within. When everyone else is complaining about the market, they're working on their mindset, refining their systems, and deepening relationships. Because they know something powerful. You can't control the market, but you can control your mastery. Reframing reality. A shifting market doesn't mean the end of opportunity. It means the beginning of evolution. When things slow down, it's not punishment, it's preparation. The market is always speaking to you. The question is, are you listening, Every challenge is data. Every obstacle is feedback. Every no contains the seed of a better yes. Reframing how you see the market changes how you show up in it. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" That one question moves you from victim to visionary. The power of neutral thinking. When things get tough, many agents swing between two extremes: blind optimism or toxic negativity. Neither works. Blind optimism says, "Everything's fine." Toxic negativity says, "Nothing will ever work." But neutral thinking says, "Here's what's real, and here's what I can do next." Neutral thinking is the mindset of professionals. It's not emotional denial, it's emotional discipline. When you stay neutral, you stop fighting the facts and start using them. You respond strategically instead of reacting emotionally. That's how you keep moving forward while others freeze. Controlling the controllables. You can't control mortgage rates. You can't control inventory. You can't control the competition. But you can control your attitude, your energy, and your effort. And those three things, attitude, energy, and effort, are the foundation of every top producer's success. The moment you shift your focus from what you can't control to what you can, you regain your power. That's when momentum begins. The market as your mirror. The market is a mirror. It reflects your mindset back to you. When you're fearful, you see scarcity. When you're confident, you see possibility. When you're curious, you see opportunity. Markets don't define you, they reveal you. If you can stay steady in the storm, people will gravitate toward you. Clients crave confidence. They want someone who can guide them when they can't see the path. Be that person. Faith over fear. Faith isn't just a spiritual concept, it's a business strategy. Faith says, "I don't need to see the whole staircase to take the next step." It's the belief that your consistent actions will create results even when you can't see them yet. Fear freezes you. Faith fuels you. Faith allows you to show up, follow up, and keep believing when results aren't immediate. It's what separates those who survive from those who soar. The mindset creed. Repeat these truths when the market gets tough. I am not defined by the market. I am defined by my mindset. I focus on what I can control. I stay calm under pressure. I lead with confidence and serve with purpose. The market will always change. Rates will rise and fall. Trends will come and go. But your mindset, that's your constant. Master it, and no market can stop you. This mindset is built through habits, repetition, and awareness. You don't find it, you build it. And when you do, everything changes. You stop reacting to the market and start shaping it. You stop surviving the day and start designing it. You stop working just for money and start working from meaning. That's when real estate becomes more than a job. It becomes your craft, your calling, and your contribution. So take a deep breath. Let go of the stress, the noise, and the old stories that no longer serve you. You're stepping into a new chapter, one built not on pressure, but on power. Not on fear, but on focus. Not on hustle alone, but on harmony. Welcome to How to Create an Unstoppable Real Estate Mindset. Let's begin. Chapter 2. Rejection, Resistance, and the Power of Resilience. Rejection is part of this business, but it doesn't have to define your business. You can do everything right and still hear no. You can pour your heart into a presentation and still lose the listing. You can follow up for weeks and still watch the deal fall apart at the last minute. That's real estate, but it's also life. What separates the best agents from the rest isn't that they never get rejected, it's how fast they recover. Rejection isn't personal, it's directional. Rejection isn't failure, it's feedback. When you hear no, it's not proof that you're not good enough, it's information, it's data. It's the market's way of saying, not this one, not yet, try another way. Every rejection is redirection. Sometimes you're being guided toward a better opportunity, a better client, or a better version of yourself. When you stop taking rejection personally, you start taking it professionally. You become curious instead of crushed. You ask questions, you learn, you grow. That's resilience in action. The bounce back factor. Resilience isn't about pretending it doesn't hurt. It's about refusing to stay down. The top producers have mastered the bounce back. They allow themselves to feel the sting, but they don't pitch a tent there. They process the emotion, extract the lesson, and get back to work. Because they know, every no moves them closer to their next yes. It's math. If your success rate is 1 in 10, then every rejection isn't a setback. It's progress. The psychology of resistance. Resistance shows up whenever you're about to grow. It's that inner voice whispering, "You're not ready." It's procrastination disguised as preparation. It's fear pretending to be logic. But here's the truth. Resistance is a sign you're on the right path. It shows up because you're stepping outside your comfort zone, and growth never happens inside comfort. So when you feel that resistance, that hesitation, that fear, don't back away. Lean in. It means you're moving toward your next level. From rejection to redirection. When a deal falls through, ask yourself, what can this teach me? How can I improve my process? What opportunity might this create? You'll be amazed how quickly your mindset shifts from frustration to focus. Rejection refines your skills. Resistance strengthens your resolve. And resilience builds your reputation. Clients notice how you handle adversity, and it builds trust faster than success ever could. Emotional endurance. Every agent needs emotional endurance, the ability to keep going when things don't go your way. You can't let every setback drain your energy. You have to learn how to reset your mind quickly. That might mean taking a walk, breathing deeply, journaling, or just giving yourself permission to feel disappointed for a moment, then letting it go. Because the faster you recover emotionally, the faster you regain momentum professionally. Resilience is your comeback speed. The resilient routine. Here's a simple 3-step routine for building emotional resilience. Recognize. Name what you're feeling without judgment. Reframe. Ask, what else could this mean? Refocus. Shift your energy toward the next opportunity. It's simple, but powerful. Because your energy flows where your focus goes. Turning pain into power. Every challenge you overcome becomes part of your story, and your story is your strength. The client who ghosted you taught you patience. The deal that collapsed taught you perseverance. The rejection you thought would break you actually built you. You can't control what happens, but you can always control how you rise from it. And every time you rise, you reinforce your unstoppable mindset. The Resilience Creed. Repeat these truths to yourself whenever rejection hits. I am not defined by rejection. I am refined by it. I learn from every loss. I bounce back faster each time. I trust the process, and I trust myself. Rejection doesn't close the door. It points you toward the one meant for you. And when you learn to see every no as redirection, you'll stop fearing rejection and start embracing growth. That's when you become truly unstoppable. Chapter 3. Energy, Emotion, and the Power of Presence. Your energy introduces you before you ever say a word. Before a client decides if they trust you, they feel you. They feel your confidence, your calm, your clarity, or your chaos. That's why energy is the secret ingredient of every successful real estate professional. Because energy is contagious. If you walk into a room anxious, distracted, or defensive, your clients absorb that energy instantly. But when you walk in grounded, confident, and calm, they relax. They lean in. They listen. They trust. Energy is everything. Your business is a reflection of your energy. If you're constantly stressed, burned out, or frustrated, it doesn't matter how good your strategy is, people can sense it. Energy doesn't lie, and you can't fake calm for long. Top producers protect their energy like it's an asset, because it is. They know their vibe determines their volume. When your energy is high quality, clear, confident, and kind, People are drawn to you. They don't always know why, but they feel it. Emotional energy and influence. Every conversation you have is an energy exchange. When you bring positivity, curiosity, and compassion into an interaction, you elevate the emotional temperature of the room. You shift people from fear to possibility, from resistance to openness. That's emotional influence, the ability to change how others feel through how you show up. And it's one of the most valuable leadership skills you can develop. The state you're in determines the results you get. Every outcome you create, every listing appointment, negotiation, or presentation is influenced by your state of being in that moment. If you're scattered, you'll miss opportunities. If you're focused and present, you'll see openings others don't. Before any important meeting, take 30 seconds to align your energy. Breathe, ground, remember your purpose. Ask yourself, who do I need to be in this moment to create the best outcome? When your state is aligned, your strategy flows naturally. The power of presence. Presence is what happens when your mind, body, and attention are all in the same place. It's rare, and that's why it's powerful. Most people live distracted. They're in the room physically, but somewhere else mentally. When you give someone your full presence, your undivided attention, you give them something money can't buy: connection. Presence builds trust faster than any sales script ever could, because people don't remember what you said, they remember how you made them feel. Protecting your energy. Energy leaks are everywhere. Negative people, endless scrolling, overcommitment, self-doubt. You can't perform at your peak if your energy is constantly being drained. Start paying attention to what drains you and what fuels you. Drainers might include gossip, comparison, clutter, or perfectionism. Fuelers might include gratitude, movement, music, or meaningful work. Audit your energy daily and make conscious adjustments. Your energy is your responsibility, not anyone else's. Resetting your energy. When your energy dips, don't push harder. Pause deeper. Take a walk. Step outside. Breathe fresh air. Listen to music that lifts your mood. Visualize your goals. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is recharge. A clear, calm mind solves problems a busy one can't. The energy equation. Your results in real estate are the product of this simple formula. Energy times emotion times execution equals outcome. When your energy is positive, your emotions are balanced, and your execution is consistent. Results become inevitable. That's why mindset and energy management are the real competitive advantages. Because when everyone else is chasing leads, you're cultivating alignment, creating emotional stability. Emotional stability doesn't mean you never get upset. It means you don't stay upset. You've learned to regulate your emotions instead of being ruled by them. You know how to return to calm faster than the situation can escalate. That steadiness builds your reputation as a professional others can count on, especially when tensions rise. The client may not remember your exact words, but they'll always remember your calm. The presence creed. Use this to center yourself each morning before you start your day. I am calm, clear, and confident. My energy is grounded and strong. I bring peace into every interaction. I listen fully, speak truthfully, and act intentionally. I am fully present in my purpose and power. When your energy is aligned and your presence is felt, people trust you. And trust, more than anything else, is what sells homes. Chapter 4. The Confidence Code. How to lead, speak, and negotiate like a top producer. Confidence isn't arrogance. It's certainty. It's not pretending to know everything. It's knowing you can handle anything. Confidence is what turns hesitation into action, nerves into negotiation power, and fear into focused execution. In real estate, and in life, your level of confidence determines your level of success. Where confidence really comes from. Most people think confidence is something you're born with. It isn't. Confidence is built, moment by moment, through experience, repetition, and self-reflection. Every time you take a risk, try something new, or face a challenge instead of avoiding it, you add another brick to your foundation of confidence. Confidence grows through courage, not comfort. Top producers aren't fearless. They've simply trained themselves to trust their preparation. They understand that while uncertainty is inevitable, unpreparedness is optional. Uncertainty means you don't know what's next. Unpreparedness means you didn't do the work. Confidence comes from knowing you've done the work. The three pillars of confidence: knowledge, the facts, the data, the understanding of your craft. The more you know, the calmer you feel. Preparation, the effort you put in before opportunity arrives. Winners don't rise to the occasion. They rise to their level of preparation. Presence, the ability to stay centered and fully engaged in the moment. When knowledge, preparation, and presence align, confidence becomes your default state, not something you have to fake. The confidence loop. Confidence follows a simple formula: action arrow, experience arrow, competence arrow. Confidence. You act before you feel ready. You gain experience. Experience builds competence. Competence builds confidence. Then confidence fuels more action, and the cycle strengthens. If you wait to feel confident before you act, you'll never move. Confidence is a result of action, not a requirement for it. Speaking with certainty. Your tone communicates more than your words. Clients sense whether you believe what you're saying. If your voice trembles with doubt, they'll hesitate. If it carries calm conviction, they'll trust you. Before every presentation, take a deep breath and remind yourself, I bring clarity where others bring confusion. I'm not here to sell, I'm here to serve. Speak with warmth, not worry. Pause often. Let silence do the heavy lifting. Confidence isn't loud, it's steady. Negotiating with confidence. Confident negotiation isn't about winning, it's about staying centered. When you're grounded, you control the energy in the room. You don't react to emotion, you redirect it. Clients and colleagues alike will test your composure. Stay poised. Listen more than you speak. When you do speak, speak with purpose. Confidence allows you to stay in control without being controlling. It turns pressure into presence. Body language and energy. Your body broadcasts your belief before you ever open your mouth. Stand tall, shoulders back, make eye contact, take slow, intentional breaths, smile sincerely. These aren't just confidence tricks, they're physiological signals that regulate your nervous system. When your body projects calm strength, your mind follows, and so does everyone around you. Authenticity over performance. Confidence isn't about pretending to be perfect. It's about owning who you are. Authentic confidence is quiet, grounded, and genuine. It's the belief that you don't have to prove anything. You just have to be fully yourself. When you drop the need to impress, you make room to connect. And connection always converts better than perfection. Confidence under pressure. When deals fall apart or negotiations get tense, your confidence is tested. Remember, pressure doesn't create weakness, it reveals it. Every stressful moment is a chance to strengthen your composure. Tell yourself, I've handled challenges before. I can handle this too. That one thought will reset your nervous system and restore your power. Confidence isn't the absence of fear, it's the presence of faith. The confidence creed. Repeat these truths until they become instinct. I am calm under pressure. I am confident in my expertise. I am composed in every conversation. I listen with intention and speak with clarity. I negotiate with confidence and lead with integrity. Confidence isn't something you find, it's something you build. And once you own it, no market, no competitor, and no rejection can take it from you. Chapter 5. Consistency, the discipline that builds empires. Motivation gets you started. Consistency keeps you going. Every top producer knows the truth. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Dreams get you excited, but discipline gets you results. Motivation may open the door, but consistency is what keeps you walking through it every single day. The power of repetition. Success in real estate isn't built in leaps, it's built in layers. One call, one follow-up, one conversation, one open house. Small, consistent actions compound into massive results over time. You don't need to be great once. You need to be good every day. It's not about working harder for a month. It's about working smarter for a lifetime. Consistency turns ordinary agents into trusted authorities because trust is built through reliability. Clients don't just hire you for your skills. They hire you for your follow-through. Why consistency matters more than intensity. Anyone can go all in for a week. Few can stay steady for a year. Intensity burns bright. Consistency burns long. Every time you follow through on your commitment, making the call, posting the video, sending the thank you note, you cast a vote for your future self. That vote says, I'm someone who shows up. Over time, those votes create your identity, and identity creates momentum. The consistency triangle. There are 3 pillars that support consistency in business and life. Structure. Create a schedule that protects your priorities instead of reacting to everyone else's demands. Systems. Automate what you can, delegate what you should, and track what matters. Standards. Raise the bar on how you show up, even when no one is watching. When structure, systems, and standards align, consistency becomes effortless because your environment starts doing the work for you. Breaking through boredom. Let's be honest, consistency isn't always exciting. Repetition can feel routine. But boredom is often a sign that you're on the right path. Most people quit when progress isn't obvious. Winners understand that results lag behind effort. They stay faithful to the process long enough to reap the reward. If you get bored with success, it's because you've forgotten why you started. Return to your why, and you'll rediscover your drive. Consistency and accountability. Accountability keeps consistency alive. When you share your goals with others, you turn intentions into commitments. Whether it's a coach, a mentor, or a mastermind group, accountability reminds you that you're not alone on the journey. It's the difference between hoping and hitting your targets. You don't rise to the occasion when you're held accountable. You rise to your potential. The daily non-negotiables. Every top producer has a set of non-negotiables, the actions they do no matter what. Maybe it's 5 follow-ups, 1 video, and a gratitude note. Maybe it's 30 minutes of learning or 10 minutes of visualization. Whatever yours are, commit to them daily. Protect them like appointments with your future. Your habits become your brand. Your brand becomes your business. Consistency, under pressure. When markets shift, inconsistency kills momentum. But those who stay the course build trust while others panic. Clients remember who stood strong when things were uncertain. They remember who kept communicating when others went silent. Pressure doesn't break consistent agents. It reveals them. The consistency creed. Repeat these truths to yourself each morning. I show up when I don't feel like it. I follow through on my commitments. I am disciplined, focused, and reliable. My results reflect my routine. My routine reflects my values. Consistency is not about being perfect. It's about being persistent. And persistence builds empires. Chapter 6. Belief, the invisible engine of every breakthrough. Every result in your business begins as a belief in your mind. Before a client signs with you, before a deal closes, before your career takes off, it all starts with what you believe is possible. Belief is the ignition switch of achievement. It's invisible, yet it fuels everything visible. The foundation of every success story. If you study the top agents in any market, you'll notice something they all share. A quiet, unshakable belief in themselves, their process, and their future. It's not ego, it's alignment. They've conditioned their minds to focus on possibility rather than limitation. While others see obstacles, they see opportunities waiting to be shaped. Their outer success is simply a mirror of their inner certainty. The power of inner dialogue. Your inner dialogue is the soundtrack of your success. If that soundtrack is full of doubt, I'm not ready. I'm not as good as them. This market is too hard. You'll hesitate when you should act. But when your inner voice says, I've got this, I'm prepared, and I always figure it out, everything changes. Your brain begins to search for evidence to prove your belief true. That's the power of confirmation bias. It works both ways. Doubt attracts evidence of failure. Belief attracts evidence of progress. So guard your inner dialogue like your business depends on it, because it does. Belief before evidence. Too many people wait for results before believing. They say, once I close more deals, then I'll feel confident. But belief doesn't follow success. Success follows belief. You must believe before you see. Every innovation, every invention, every world-changing business began with belief that something better was possible. In real estate, belief looks like showing up when others slow down, following up one more time, or walking into a listing appointment expecting the yes before it's spoken. Belief bends reality. Rewiring the stories you tell yourself. Your beliefs are built on stories about your worth, your capability, your potential. If those stories are disempowering, you'll live within their limits. But here's the good news. Beliefs aren't facts. They're patterns of thought you can reprogram. When an old story says, I always struggle, rewrite it as, I'm learning to master this. When it says, I never have enough clients, reframe it to, the right clients are finding me daily. Your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. It responds to repetition. Feed it better stories, and it will start believing them. Faith in action. Belief without action is just hope. Action without belief is just effort. But belief and action together, that's unstoppable momentum. Faith in yourself becomes fuel when it's expressed through movement. The calls, the meetings, the follow-ups, the learning, the uncomfortable conversations. When you act in faith, the universe moves things in your favor. Not because of magic, but because of focus. What you focus on expands. Surround yourself with believers. Belief is contagious, so is doubt. Spend too much time with those who complain, and you'll catch their mindset. Spend time with people who are growing, and you'll rise to match their energy. Protect your circle. Seek out people who stretch your vision instead of shrinking it. Remember, you don't need more cheerleaders, you need expanders. People whose belief in themselves reminds you what's possible for you. Belief under pressure. True belief isn't tested when things are easy. It's tested when things fall apart. Can you still trust your path when the deal collapses? When the market shifts? When your confidence wavers? That's where real growth happens. In the moments you choose faith over fear. Keep believing, not because it's easy, but because it's who you've decided to be. The Belief Creed. Repeat these affirmations daily to anchor your belief. I believe in my value. I believe in my ability to adapt and grow. I believe that every challenge contains opportunity. I believe the right clients are drawn to my energy and integrity. I believe that my future is bigger than my past. Belief doesn't just change what you do, it changes who you become. And when your belief aligns with your actions, you stop chasing success and start attracting it. Chapter 7. Focus and Flow. How to stay clear, centered, and productive in a distracted world. We live in a world designed to steal your attention. Notifications, emails, messages, meetings. Everyone and everything wants a piece of your focus. But the truth is, what you focus on expands. If you let your attention scatter, your results will too. But if you train your focus like a muscle, you can do more in a day than most people do in a week. The cost of distraction. Distraction doesn't just waste time, it drains energy and confidence. Every time you get pulled away from your priorities, you lose momentum. It takes your brain several minutes to fully refocus after even a small interruption. That means constant multitasking is really multi-switching, and each switch costs you clarity. Top producers know this. That's why they design their days to protect their focus instead of surrendering it. They don't chase everything. They choose what matters. Clarity creates calm. When your mind is scattered, stress follows. When your mind is clear, confidence rises. Clarity isn't something you find, it's something you create. Start each day by asking yourself, what are the 3 things that will move my business forward today? Not 30, just 3. When you focus on those 3, you activate the power of priority, and priority creates peace. Because peace isn't the absence of noise, it's the presence of focus. The myth of multitasking. Multitasking feels productive, but it's not. It's a trap disguised as efficiency. When you multitask, you divide your attention, and divided attention creates diluted results. Focus isn't about doing more, it's about doing less better. Imagine if a magnifying glass could focus on 3 spots at once. It couldn't burn through anything. But when you focus that energy in one place, it creates fire. That's how focus works. It turns effort into impact. Finding your flow state. Flow is that magical state where time disappears, distractions fade, and your best work happens almost effortlessly. It's not luck, it's science. Flow happens when 3 things align. Clarity of purpose. You know exactly what you're doing and why. Challenge level. The task stretches you but doesn't overwhelm you. Elimination of distractions. You've created an environment where focus can thrive. When you operate in flow, productivity feels peaceful, not pressured. Designing for focus. You can't rely on willpower to stay focused. You have to design for it. Here are a few focus rituals of high performers. Silence notifications during power hours. Block time for calls, follow-ups, and creative work. Keep your phone out of sight when you're working on high-value tasks. Begin and end each day with reflection, not reaction. Your environment should remind you of your goals, not your distractions. Mental clutter is physical clutter. Your workspace reflects your mental space. A messy desk often means a messy mind. But when your environment is clean and organized, your thinking becomes sharper too. Decluttering isn't about perfection. It's about creating space for clarity. Every object in your line of sight either serves you or distracts you. So simplify, streamline, create space where focus can breathe. Presence in a noisy world. Focus isn't just about what you do, it's about how you be. When you're with a client, be with them fully. When you're working on a listing, be there completely. When you're resting, rest without guilt. Presence is power, because when you're fully present, you project calm, confidence, and connection. And those qualities close more deals than any script ever written. The focus formula. Focus equals clarity times consistency times courage. Clarity gives you direction. Consistency keeps you on track. Courage allows you to say no to everything that doesn't serve your purpose. When you multiply all 3, you unlock exponential productivity and peace of mind. The Flow Creed. Repeat these affirmations to anchor your focus and flow each morning. I am fully present in everything I do. I protect my focus because it protects my future. I create clarity before I create action. I release distraction and welcome discipline. I operate in flow, ease, and excellence. Focus is your superpower. When you master it, success feels lighter because you're not chasing results, you're attracting them. Chapter 8. Emotional Mastery. Staying grounded when the deal gets tough. In real estate, emotions run high, not just for your clients, but for you. Every deal carries tension. Every negotiation has risk. Every conversation can turn unexpectedly. That's why emotional mastery is one of the most valuable skills you can develop. It's not about suppressing emotions, it's about steering them. When you can stay calm in chaos, you become the anchor others rely on, and that makes you magnetic. The emotional landscape of real estate. Buying or selling a home isn't just a financial decision, it's deeply emotional. For clients, it's about family, memories, identity, and change. When they get scared, frustrated, or overwhelmed, they project those emotions onto you. If you react, you lose control. If you respond with composure, you gain influence. Emotional mastery allows you to lead with empathy while maintaining your own stability. Awareness before reaction. Awareness is the first step toward emotional control. When something triggers you, a rude client, a lost deal, a critical comment, Pause before responding. That pause is power. Ask yourself, what am I feeling, and what story am I telling myself about this? Emotions often arise not from reality, but from the story we attach to it. When you can separate the story from the situation, clarity returns, and with it, control. The 3 levels of emotional mastery. Recognition. Notice what you're feeling. Don't judge it, just name it. Regulation. Use your breath, posture, or a brief mental reset to calm your body. Redirection. Channel that emotion into productive energy, learning, action, or empathy. This is how professionals turn pressure into presence. Emotions are data, not directives. Your emotions are messengers, not masters. They're trying to tell you something, what matters, what's threatened, what needs attention. But they're not always telling the truth. A wave of fear might mean, this matters to me. Anger might mean, my boundaries need protection. Sadness might mean, I'm releasing something that no longer fits. When you listen with curiosity instead of judgment, emotions become insight instead of interference. Grace under pressure. Clients remember how you made them feel more than what you said. When deals collapse or conflicts arise, they look to you for emotional cues. If you panic, they panic. If you stay calm, they feel safe. Your calm is contagious. Grace under pressure builds trust faster than any sales script ever could. Because leadership in this business isn't about being perfect. It's about being poised. Letting go of what you can't control. You can't control the market. You can't control other agents. You can't control appraisers, lenders, or clients' emotions. But you can control your own energy, attitude, and effort. When you focus only on what's within your control, you reclaim your peace. Peace gives you power, because panic burns energy, and peace preserves it. Recovery, the hidden key to mastery. Emotional mastery isn't just about control. It's also about recovery. After a tough day or an emotional setback, you need to reset. That means rest, reflection, and self-compassion. Don't drag yesterday's drama into tomorrow's opportunities. Reset your mind the way you reset your phone, by clearing the clutter and reconnecting to your purpose. Breathing through the breakdown. The fastest way to calm your mind is to calm your body. And the fastest way to calm your body is through your breath. When stress spikes, try this. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 4. Exhale for 6. This slows your heart rate, lowers cortisol, and restores clarity in under a minute. It's simple, free, and always available. Use it before a negotiation, after a setback, or anytime you need to reconnect to your center. Emotional intelligence in action. Emotional intelligence, EQ, is your ability to understand and manage emotions, both yours and others. High EQ agents know how to listen beyond words. They hear the hesitation in a client's voice. They sense when someone's overwhelmed. They respond with patience instead of pressure. And because of that, they build loyalty that lasts a lifetime. The Mastery Creed. Repeat these truths when emotions run high. I am calm when others are chaotic. I am composed under pressure. I respond, not react. I choose peace over panic. I am grounded, grateful, and guided. Emotional mastery doesn't mean you never feel. It means you never get lost in what you feel. When you can stay grounded through the storm, people will follow your lead because they trust your calm more than they fear the chaos. Chapter 9. Leadership and Influence. Becoming the trusted authority in any market. Leadership in real estate isn't about titles, awards, or volume. It's about influence. It's the ability to move people, to inspire confidence, create trust, and guide clients through one of the biggest financial and emotional decisions of their lives. And true influence doesn't come from what you say. It comes from who you are. When your energy is grounded, your intentions are clear, and your actions are consistent. People feel it. They trust it. And in a world full of uncertainty, trust is the ultimate currency. You don't need a team to be a leader. Leadership begins long before you lead others. It begins with how you lead yourself, how you manage your mindset when the deal falls apart, how you show up when no one's watching, how you handle pressure, setbacks, and self-doubt. If you can lead yourself through adversity with integrity and belief, leading clients and colleagues becomes natural. That's what the best in this business understand. Leadership is less about command and more about composure. People don't follow loud voices, they follow steady ones. The law of inner authority. Every market has noise, shifting rates, anxious headlines, endless opinions. But clients aren't looking for the loudest voice in the room. They're looking for the clearest, the agent who listens deeply, who answers questions without panic, who replaces fear with facts and stress with strategy. That's the law of inner authority, the principle that says, the more certainty you have within, the more influence you have without. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be present, prepared, and poised. Your confidence becomes their calm. Your clarity becomes their compass. That's influence. Lead with intention, not impression. There's a difference between trying to impress people and trying to impact them. Impression is about you, how you look, what you say, how you're perceived. Impact is about them, what they feel, what they understand, what they gain. When you lead with intention instead of impression, your energy shifts from performance to purpose. Clients can sense it. They relax. They open up. They follow your guidance because they trust your heart, not just your hustle. Great leaders aren't focused on being interesting. They're focused on being interested. The 3 levels of influence. Influence grows in stages, from internal mastery to external magnetism. 1. Self-leadership. Your personal discipline, emotional regulation, and mindset alignment. This is where credibility begins, when your habits match your goals. 2. Relational leadership. Your ability to connect, communicate, and create trust with clients and peers. This is where loyalty is built, when people feel your authenticity. 3. Inspirational leadership. Your capacity to uplift and empower others, your team, your community, even your competitors. This is where legacy begins, when your presence makes others stronger. Every top producer lives at level 3. They've become more than a real estate agent. They've become a brand people believe in. Influence is energy alignment. Leadership is energetic. It's not about pushing people. It's about pulling them toward clarity. When your energy is aligned, calm, confident, and compassionate, you naturally attract clients, partnerships, and opportunities. You become a magnet for trust. That's why your internal work matters so much. Your business grows at the speed of your personal growth. You can't lead others beyond where you've led yourself. So while others chase marketing tactics, focus on mastering your presence. Because when you walk into a room with quiet certainty, people lean in. They may not know why, they just know they feel safe with you. That's the power of alignment over aggression. The ripple effect of leadership. Every interaction leaves a residue, an emotional fingerprint. When clients leave your presence, how do they feel? Calmer, clearer, more confident? That's the ripple of leadership. It's not what you achieve in a single transaction. It's the trust you leave behind that multiplies through referrals, reputation, and respect. Influence isn't about controlling people. It's about inspiring them through your consistency, your compassion, and your conviction. The leader's code. If there were a code for leadership in real estate, it would sound something like this. Lead with purpose, not pressure. Speak truthfully, even when it's hard. Listen fully, even when you disagree. Stay calm when others panic. Keep your word, especially when it's inconvenient. Serve first, sell second. Follow that code, and influence becomes effortless. People will follow your lead because they feel your integrity. The trusted authority. Being the trusted authority in your market doesn't mean you know everything. It means you're someone others can depend on when they know nothing. When you communicate clearly, follow through consistently, and act with compassion, you build something stronger than a client base. You build a community. And in uncertain times, communities look for anchors. Be that anchor, because when the world gets noisy, the calm, clear voice of a true leader rises above the rest. That's the unstoppable real estate mindset in motion. Chapter 10. Vision and Purpose. Building a business that feeds your soul, not just your schedule. If you don't know where you're going, no amount of hustle will get you there. You can work 12-hour days, close deal after deal, and still feel empty if your business isn't aligned with your deeper purpose. Success without meaning leads to burnout. Success with purpose leads to fulfillment. Your career should feed your soul, not just your schedule. Why vision matters. Vision gives direction to your discipline. It's the picture that pulls you forward when motivation fades. Without vision, your effort becomes random, scattered energy without alignment. But when you have a clear, compelling vision, every action gains meaning. You stop asking, "What do I have to do?" and start asking, "What do I get to create?" That's the shift from survival to significance, the power of why. Your why is your emotional engine. It's the reason you get up early, keep pushing through setbacks, and stay grounded in tough markets. Maybe your why is your family. Maybe it's freedom. Maybe it's proving to yourself that you can build something lasting. Whatever it is, define it clearly, because when your why is strong enough, the how always appears. Creating a vision that inspires you. A real vision isn't just about numbers, it's about impact. Ask yourself, who do I want to serve? What kind of lifestyle do I want to live? How do I want people to feel after working with me? Then imagine that life vividly. See it, feel it, write it down. The clearer your vision, the faster your subconscious starts working to make it real. That's not magic, it's focus. Your brain can't build what it can't picture. Purpose in every transaction. Each deal is more than paperwork. It's a moment where you help people transition to a new chapter of their lives. Whether it's a first-time buyer, a family expanding, or a retiree downsizing, every transaction holds purpose if you look for it. When you remember that you're not just selling homes, you're guiding dreams, your business becomes a calling, not just a career. Aligning vision with values. True success comes when what you do aligns with who you are. If your business strategy violates your personal values, you'll always feel friction. If your goals align with your integrity, you'll feel peace even in hard times. Ask yourself regularly, is my business an expression of my values or an escape from them? When alignment exists, joy returns. The seasons of vision. Your vision will evolve. What drives you in your 20s might not inspire you in your 40s. That's not confusion, it's growth. Every few years, revisit your goals and ask, does this version of success still fit who I'm becoming? Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is refine your dream to match your maturity. The legacy question. Legacy isn't about what you leave behind. It's about what you leave within others. Your clients, your family, your community. They'll remember how you made them feel, how you led them through uncertainty, and how your example inspired them to rise higher. That's the real estate of the heart, the kind that never depreciates. The visionary creed. Repeat these truths to anchor your vision and purpose. I am building a business that reflects my values. I am creating success that feels as good as it looks. I am guided by purpose and grounded in gratitude. I see beyond transactions. I see transformation. I am leaving a legacy of service, strength, and significance. Purpose gives your work power. Vision gives your purpose direction. When those two align, you don't just build a business, you build a life you love. Epilogue, the unstoppable within, living the mindset every day. You've reached the end of this book, but the real journey begins now. The unstoppable real estate mindset isn't a chapter you finish. It's a daily practice, a living philosophy, a commitment to lead your life and business from the inside out. Because your business is simply a reflection of you, your beliefs, your energy, your habits, your heart. Mindset is a muscle. You can't build confidence once and be done. You can't master focus once and expect it to last forever. Just like physical strength, mindset requires conditioning. Every morning you choose, will I react to the day or will I create it? Will I focus on fear or will I focus on faith? Will I show up small or will I rise as the leader I was meant to be? The answer to those questions determines the quality of your life. The inner game never ends. Markets will change. Technology will evolve. Strategies will come and go. But your inner game, your mindset, your emotional control, your confidence will always determine your outer game. When the market slows, you'll speed up your learning. When others complain, you'll innovate. When fear rises, you'll breathe, realign, and move forward anyway. That's what makes you unstoppable. From success to significance. You've already proven you can succeed. Now the question is, who will you become in the process? Real success isn't just about what you earn. It's about what you learn, who you lift, and how you live. Significance happens when your growth becomes someone else's inspiration. When your mindset helps another agent find theirs. When your courage gives someone else permission to dream again. That's legacy. And it starts with you. Daily alignment rituals. Here are a few practices to keep your mindset strong and your purpose clear. Morning intention. Before your first email or call, take 60 seconds to center yourself. Set the tone for the day with one clear affirmation. Evening reflection. Ask yourself, what did I learn today? Who did I serve? How can I improve tomorrow? Gratitude reset. No matter what happens, list 3 things you're grateful for. Gratitude restores perspective faster than anything else. Vision check-in. Revisit your goals weekly. Are your actions aligned with your vision? Adjust as needed. These simple rituals compound into extraordinary results. You are the mindset. You don't need to chase motivation anymore. You've become it. Because the unstoppable real estate mindset isn't a destination. It's an identity. It's who you are when you choose growth over fear, faith over doubt, and consistency over chaos. The market doesn't make you unstoppable. Your mindset does. So take a breath. Stand tall. You've done the inner work that most never will. Now, go lead, serve, and succeed. With clarity, confidence, and calm. You are unstoppable.